Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is me, Zaps, NBA and NFL, and today we're gonna have an NBA video where we compare LeBron and Michael Jordan, the two GOATs of the NBA. Who is the true GOAT? Who is the best player of all time? Let's get into it. These are the categories that we're gonna be using to compare them: scoring, rebounding, playmaking, perimeter defense, post defense, longevity, help, clutchness, icon, and total. So it's gonna be, you could get anywhere from 1 to 10, and for the category help, if you have a high score, that means you got a low amount of help, and if you got a low score, that means you get a high amount of help. That might be a bit confusing, but I'll explain that later once we're on that category. First category is scoring. So for scoring, like I said, it's the first category. We're going to be going over who's the better scorer, MJ or LeBron. Now, let's talk about MJ first. MJ was easily one of the best scorers of all time. He was very good at scoring for many reasons. His mid-range game, amazing. He was super athletic, which athleticism probably should be on here, but I decided not to include it because it's not the most important thing ever. But Jordan was super athletic. He was really good at dunking. He wasn't too good at hitting threes, but that wasn't really too relevant for the time. That's like one of the things that he isn't too good at. But neither is LeBron. So with Jordan, like as a scorer, he is still one of the best, even with not the best three-point shot. He's been double teamed so many times and found ways to score. If you see him playing against the Pistons, the bad boy Pistons, like he was scoring. Meanwhile, they would have like 3 defenders on him. Like they'd double team him, and then they would have like help defense. It was crazy. Now for LeBron, he's also one of the greatest scorers of all time. He has a pretty good mid-range game. He is super athletic. He's not as athletic as he used to be, but he was very explosive back when he played on the Cavs and the Heat, and then the Cavs again. He's still been good on the Lakers, of course. And LeBron is still one of the best scorers. His mid-range game, as I said, was really good. He could go to the rack easily. He's very good at drawing fouls, so is Jordan. Just three-pointing is the one downfall. But because everything else is so good, I'm going to give them both. I'm going to give Jordan a 9.5, and I'm going to give LeBron a 9 for scoring. We're going to shorten like the categories for some less important things. Now, rebounding is still one of the most important things in the game. And first, I'm going to go over Jordan. Jordan, for his position, was one of the best rebounders. But when we're talking in general, he was not too good because he was a guard compared to forwards and centers. He had Dennis Rodman help him with rebounding a lot, and Jordan's really not one up there as some of the best rebounders of all time. For his position, he's probably the best, if not top 3 or 5, probably top 3 rebounder as a shooting guard. Meanwhile, LeBron, for a forward, he's one of the best of all time. As just a rebounder in general, he's pretty good. So I'm going to give Jordan a 7 and LeBron an 8.5 for rebounding. Actually, LeBron an 8. So Jordan a 7, LeBron an 8 for rebounding. So I think that's pretty fair. When it comes to playmaking, Jordan's actually an underrated playmaker. He was really good at playmaking, but like not quite like the best playmaker in the world. Like just him drawing attention from the defense. He was a decent passer. Playmaking for me it involves passing, screens, stuff like that. If you can run the pick and roll, if you could, attract defense towards you like Steph Curry does, that is a good playmaker. Now, Jordan, I'm going to give a 7 for playmaking, another 7. Now, for LeBron, he is one of the best playmakers of all time in general, and I'm going to give LeBron a 9 for playmaking. He's not like the best for his position. He's the He's the best forward playmaker, but he's one of the best playmakers of all time, and I'm going to give him a 9 for that category. So Jordan a 7 and LeBron a 9. So next we got perimeter defense, where Jordan is, in my opinion, the best perimeter defender of all time. He's really good at stealing. He's really good at guarding up at the perimeter. So you can already tell that I'm going to give Jordan a 10 for this one. But anyway, we're going to go to LeBron. LeBron is a very good perimeter defender for his position, but not one of the best of all time. So LeBron, he is good at defending up at the perimeter. People say he could guard 1 through 5, but I really don't think he can like that well. Like, yeah, he could guard the perimeter well, but I don't think he's, gonna guard Steph Curry on the perimeter like Jordan could. So I'm gonna give LeBron an 8, and as I already said, Jordan a 10. The next category, we got post defense, and for post defense, I have Jordan. He is not the best post defender because he's a guard, but for a 6'6" shooting guard, he is still a very good defender. He could get blocked. He could defend in the post. He wasn't much of a flopper because he played more physically, and in the post is where you typically flop the most if you're trying to, get a call, make a charge. But Jordan, he was a decent post defender, not one of the best of all time though. Not LeBron. He was a good post defender because when he was he's good at blocking. Obviously, he would flop a lot, which is not one of the best things. But he is a decent post defender, better than Jordan in my opinion. So I'm gonna give Jordan a 6 and LeBron an 8. Longevity. What an interesting category, if you ask me, because longevity is interesting to measure. Now, Jordan, he played in the NBA for about 15 years and was good. I think he played for 15 years, and he was good for every single one of them. Well, he was decent on the Wizards. He was good for most of his years. I think he retired at the age of 39 or 40, and he started at 22. Of course, he had some retired years, and that's why, he might have retired at like 41, to be honest. I'm not sure, but he was able to play for a long amount of time. And LeBron, he's only 36 right now, about to be 37, I believe, and he's been going strong. He's been pretty much a top 5 player in the NBA for like most of his career, and that's probably gonna stay that way for a while. So if you ask me, LeBron gets a 10 for longevity and Jordan gets a 9.5. Now, help. As I said earlier, the thing with help is that if you get a high score, that means you get a low amount of help. If you get a high score, that means you get a high amount of help. Jordan has played with 2 Hall of Famers. Dennis Rodman, the rebounding machine, and Scottie Pippen, who was a great second option for Jordan. And then LeBron's help, he has played with, let's count. So he's played with D. Wade, Hall of Famer. He has played with Chris Bosh, that's a Hall of Famer. He has played with Kyrie Irving, Hall of Famer. He's played with AD, Hall of Famer, and he's gonna play with Westbrook, so another Hall of Famer. So 5 Hall of Famers compared to Jordan's 2 Hall of Famers. Now, there's obviously other good players that play with Jordan, like Horace Grant and some other ones. This is gonna piss me off if I don't get his name. I know Steve Kerr played. Who was the point guard? Oh my God, who was the point guard? Ron Harper. That's the one. He was a good point guard, but if you ask me, LeBron has had more help than Jordan, and that's like not super. That's not like terrible to have more help. It means that LeBron's been in great situations. You also have the Cavs where he had no help. So I'm gonna give LeBron a 6 for help and Jordan a 8. Clutchness, one of the most important things for the for being a GOAT. You need to have clutchness. You need to have ice in your veins. You need to be able to hit clutch shots, maybe clutch blocks, anything like that. Clutch passes, possibly. And first, we got Jordan. Jordan, in my opinion, was the most clutch player. I get if you don't think he is, but I think he's the most clutch player of all time. Jordan is super clutch when it comes down to those moments. He's always hitting big shots. He would always hit game winners and buzzer beaters. Even in the finals, we know the one from 1998 where he hits that shot. It was actually in the intro where he hits that shot, because that was one of his best shots ever. As he's never went to a game 7 in the NBA Finals because of how clutch he is and the shots that he hits. LeBron, also one of the most clutch players of all time. Not as clutch as Jordan. If you ask me, LeBron is really clutch. He's hit so many big shots. He has, of course, he has blocked, that chase down block. The one thing with LeBron is the fact that he passes in some big moments, which is always good, but he's not as clutch as Jordan, if you ask me. So I'm gonna give Jordan a 10 and LeBron a 9. Very close, but I think Jordan's more clutch. Icon. Now this one is interesting. Maybe I should not put it on, but let's be honest. Jordan is the most iconic basketball player ever. Probably the most iconic sports player ever. I mean, it depends. In America, definitely the most iconic sports player ever, been Brady. Where LeBron is the most iconic current player. Him and Brady as well. So they're both very iconic players. Where Jordan has shoes, LeBron also has shoes. Jordan's shoes are much more popular, if you ask me, like the Air Forces and stuff. LeBron shoes are still very popular, but you're more likely to see Jordan shoes. You're more likely to hear Jordan's name. If someone that doesn't know basketball, they're either going to say LeBron or Jordan. Most likely Jordan. So if you ask me, I say that Jordan gets a 10 on icon, and LeBron also gets a 10. I know that I made it sound like Jordan is the more iconic player, but I think that they're similar in icon to both get a 10. Accomplishments. I did not mention it at the beginning, but accomplishments are gonna be 20 each. So it's gonna be out of 110 points is the possible total instead of 100, because accomplishments is that important. And if accomplishments, let's go with this. Jordan, 6 championships. He has 6 finals appearances. He has 1 defensive player of the year, tons of defensive player of the year, defensive teams, tons of all-star teams. He has tons of all-stars appearances, first team selections. He has scoring championships. He has 5 MVPs to LeBron's 4. LeBron has 4 championships. LeBron has 4 MVPs. LeBron has, again, tons of all-star appearances and first team appearances, but when it comes to defense, Jordan's the more successful defender, and that really gives him an edge, as well as him having 2 more 2 more points, well, 2 more championships, and 1 more MVP. I'm gonna give Jordan a 20 for accomplishments. I'm gonna give LeBron a 18 for accomplishments. And with that is our conclusion to the video. Who is the GOAT? Drum roll, please. And the total scores are 97-95 with Jordan winning. Jordan wins 97-95, 97 out of 110, and then LeBron 95 out of 110. It is so close. Now, LeBron fans are gonna get mad. LeBron's career is not over. He's gonna have to probably tie Jordan up in the rings, and he's gonna have to get another MVP to tie Jordan with MVP if he really wants to pass Jordan. But for now, Jordan is on top. The winner is Michael Jordan. So if you guys enjoyed, please like, subscribe, comment your own opinion, share the video with friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Turn that shit up.